Hello, friends. I would like to talk to you about the recent easing of restrictions from New South Wales government, and I want to talk to you about what is in my mind. As you know, at the moment, the New South Wales government has allowed up to 300 people in the restaurants and almost 1,000 people in every venues that is available, and 50% of capacity of the stadiums. That makes it like almost 40,000 people in a stadium of 80,000. Whereas when it comes to churches, the government has completely forgotten. This is in a way systematic suppression of religious freedom. That's how I see it. It looks like as if the virus works only in the churches, not in any other venues. So I would like to show you our own parish, how big it is, whereas we are allowed to have only 100 people. Even the weddings are allowed to have 300 people now. So see for yourself how ridiculous it is to have only 100 people restricting our faithful people not coming into the church. Come and see our church. See for yourself how big is our church. This beautiful and marvelous church has the capacity of 900 people, whereas we are forced to restrict only 100 people to come into the church. How ridiculous it is now that the government is not opening up, whereas when they closed down the venues, the churches were in the first list. Whereas now they are easing the restrictions, why not the churches also considered in the same way? So the government thinks only about money, where they can get the money, whereas they are not worried about the hope of the people, they are not worried about the faith of the people. But for the faithful Catholics, it is important that the churches are allowed to have more numbers in their churches. Whereas when we try to have, the churches are being dogged in. So it is not a right thing to be done. So I want you to raise your voice with me in order to allow more churches to open up more people so that the faithful who are remaining outside the church can come in and worship. If the restaurants are not allowed to have, they make a big noise. So immediately the government surrenders themselves for the people who are making a noise. Whereas we have been, obliging to all the rules and the regulations from day one, whereas we are continued to be suppressed. So we need to be the voice of the voiceless right now. We need to raise our voice to tell the government to ease the restrictions even in the churches as well, so that we can have more people. The elderly people need that hope. The children need the future. And all of us need our God. And please join me in writing to the New South Wales Premier and the Department of Health of New South Wales to ease restrictions so that we can have more churches, more people in the churches. And it's very important that they treat us fairly and equally with all other corporate events and the restaurants and the weddings and so on. This is our home. Our homes are still being closed for people. Raise your voice so that we can fight this together. Thank you and God bless you.